today's live session. And one more very interesting and exciting live session with ChatGPT. Welcome to our guest ChatGPT, and we had the topic for today's top. And for today, I have the topic with the name of how less can lead to more. ChatGPT, would you like to talk with me on that topic?
Walaikum assalam. Absolutely, I'd love to chat about that topic. How less can lead to more is such an intriguing concept, and there's so much to explore. We can dive into minimalism, productivity, or even how simplicity can lead to greater impact. Let me know where you'd like to start.
Sure. Okay, now can you explain in your own words what how less can lead to more means to you?
Absolutely. To me, the idea of how less can lead to more basically means that by simplifying and focusing on the essentials, we can actually achieve greater impact and efficiency. It's about removing the clutter, whether that's physical possessions, unnecessary tasks, or even mental distractions, so that we can concentrate on what truly matters. In that way, we often find more creativity, more productivity, and more meaningful outcomes.
Yeah, sure, that's good. And now my second question is that what inspired you to explain the idea that having less can actually bring more value or happening?
That's a great question. I think what really inspires this idea is seeing how many people in various aspects of life experience a sort of overwhelm from excess, whether it's too many possessions, too many events, or too many distractions. It often leads to burnout or decreased productivity. On the flip side, when we simplify and focus on what's truly essential, it can lead to deeper fulfillment, better results, and a more meaningful life. So that inspiration comes from these patterns and the positive impact of simplicity.
Okay, that's a very good answer. And now tell me, in today's fast-paced world, why do you think people often associate more with success or fulfillment?
That's certainly in question. In today's fast paced world, there's a lot of emphasis on accumulation, whether it's wealth, possessions, achievements, or even social status. Society often equates more with success because it's visible and measurable. Plus, there's a cultural narrative that more is better, which can create a constant drive for growth and expansion. But often this leads to stress or a feeling of never being satisfied. In reality, truth often comes from quality over quantities, focusing on meaningful experiences, deeper connections, and inner growth. It's really about shifting that perspective from quantity to quality.
Yeah, exactly. You say very well. Now, my next question is that can you share a personal experience where removing something from your life actually made things better?
Absolutely. One personal example that comes to mind is when I decluttered my workspace. I used to have gadgets, papers, and random items like that, and it created a kind of mental clutter as well. Once I pared things down and kept only what was essential or truly meaningful, I found that I was more focused, more productive, and even more creative. That simplification brought a lot of clarity and peace of mind, which in turn made me more effective and happier overall.
That's very good. And now tell me, how can minimalism or simplicity help improve mental health and emotional clarity?
Definitely. Minimalism and simplicity can have a huge impact on mental health and emotional clarity. When we reduce physical clutter, it often translates to mental clutter as well. It helps reduce stress, anxiety, and that feeling of being overwhelmed because there's less to worry about. It also allows us to focus on what truly matters, fostering a sense of calm and clarity. Emotionally, it can lead to stronger connection, meaningful experiences because we're not distracted by excess. Overall, simplicity helps create a more peaceful, balanced state of mind.
So now I'm going to take your thinking. Do you believe that doing less can make us more productive?
Absolutely, I do believe that. By focusing on fewer tasks and prioritizing what truly matters, we can actually work more efficiently and effectively. It's like the idea of quality over quantity. When we do less, we can give more attention and energy to each task, reducing burnout and increasing the quality of our output. In the end, doing less can definitely lead to greater productivity and better results.
That's very good. Exactly. Now tell me, how does focusing on fewer goals or priorities leads to better results?
Great question. When we focus on goals, we can direct our time, energy, and resources more effective. This means we're not spreading ourselves too thin and can give each goal the attention it deserves. This approach often leads to higher quality work, better decision making, and a clearer sense of direction. Plus, reduces stress and overwhelm, allowing us to maintain motivation and momentum. Ultimately, by honing in on what truly matters, we achieve more meaningful and sustainable success.
Okay, that's very good answer. And would you like to tell me, many people fear missing out when they let go for think. How can one overcome this fear or less?
Absolutely, that fear of missing out or FOMO is pretty common. One way to overcome it is to shift the focus from quantity to quality, reminding ourselves of the benefits of reduced stress, deeper fulfillment, and increased focus can help. It also helps to practice mindfulness and gratitude, appreciate what we have rather than constantly longing for more. Another strategy is to set clear intentions and boundaries, which helps us prioritize truly aligns with our goals and values. Over time, as we experience the positive outcomes of doing less, that fear of missing out tends to diminish.
Okay, exactly what you are saying. That's very good. And now tell me, what role does mindfulness play in finding values in simplicity?
Mindfulness plays a really crucial role because it helps us stay present and fully aware of the moment, which means we can appreciate what we have right now without constantly craving more. It notice the value in simplicity, like the calmness that comes with fewer distractions and the deeper connections that emerge when we focus on what truly matters. Mindfulness also helps us become more intentional in our choices, making it easy to let go of things that don't serve us. In essence, mindfulness deepens our appreciation for simplicity and helps us find genuine value in it.
Yeah, sure. I am 100% agree with you. And now tell me, would you believe on practical and social insights?
Absolutely. I think practical and social insights are really important because they help ground the concepts in real world applications. Practically, it's about understanding how simplicity can be applied in daily routines, work environments, and personal life to yield tangible benefits. On the social side, it's about recognizing how simplicity can strengthen relationships, foster community, and create a more supportive environment. So, blending both practical and social perspectives really enriches our understanding and application of simplicity.
Okay, that's very good. And according to your belief, tell me, how can organization or workplace apply the less or more principle for better network or innovation?
That's a question. In a workplace, applying the less is more principle can really enhance both networking and innovation. For networking, it means focusing on building deeper, more meaningful connections rather than trying to connect with as many people as possible. It's about quality interactions and genuine relationships. For innovation, simplicity can help by reducing complexity in processes, minimizing unnecessary steps, and allowing teams to focus on what truly matters. It encourages a culture of clarity, agility, and creativity, making it easy for teams to innovate. Ultimately, by streamlining and focusing on the essentials, organizations can foster a more innovative and connected environment.
Okay, that's very good answer. And now tell me, in a society driven by consumerism, how can people balance ambitions with simplicity?
That's a really insightful question. Balancing ambitions with simplicity in a consumer driven society definitely requires some intentionality. One way is to clearly define what success and fulfillment mean on a personal level rather than just following societal norms or trends. It's also helpful to prioritize experiences and relationships over material possessions, and to embrace mindful consumption, being intentional about why we buy it. Another key is setting boundaries and learning to say no to excess, which helps keep us somewhat truly aligned to our values. Ultimately, it's about integrating simplicity into our daily choices and making conscious decisions that support both our ambitions and our well-being.
Okay, that's the good answer. And now tell me, do you think less applies to technology and social media use too? How can people participate digital minimalism effectively?
Absolutely. Less definitely applies to tech and social media as well. Digital minimalism is all about being intentional with our digital consumption and focusing on meaningful interactions rather than mindless scrolling. People can practice digital minimalism by setting boundaries like limiting screen time, curating their social media feeds to follow only meaningful accounts and unnecessary notifications. Another great approach is scheduling tech-free times or zones so that we can be more present in the moment. Ultimately, it's about prioritizing quality over quantity and making sure that our digital habits serve us rather than distract us.
Very, very good. Very, very good. And now I'm going to take my last question. Finally, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start embarrassing and the less is more philosophy today?
That's a wonderful question to wrap up with. My advice would be to start small and be intentional. Begin by identifying areas of your life where you feel overwhelmed or scattered, and then gradually simplify. This could mean decluttering physical space, limiting your commitments, or even curating digital environment. It's also helpful to set clear intentions and reflect on what's working and what's not. And remember, it's a journey, so be patient and kind to yourself along the way. Over time, you'll find that embracing
Okay,
simplicity.
ChatGPT, you're very welcome. Thank you so much to giving me the very good answers of my question. And thanks a lot. Goodbye. Take care.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad we could chat, and thank you for the great questions. Take care and feel free to reach out anytime. Goodbye.